Hello, magical souls. Today we are talking about one of my very favorite subjects, and that is unconditional love. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how the true currency of the new earth is love. And I am Catherine Tack. Sorry, I need to introduce myself. I'm Catherine Tack. I get so excited about my subject. And we are going to ask this most powerful question. What if the most powerful currency in the new earth isn't money, but instead it's love? Okay, and I'm talking about the new earth. I mean the golden age, 5D. I think that's what some people are calling it. But let's think about this for a moment. We've been raised in a world that teaches us to measure value in coins, notes, numbers, and in a bank account. But in the new earth where we're going, can't wait, the golden age we are stepping into, the measure of wealth is shifting, it's changing. So today I'm going to be talking about how why love is becoming the new currency. Why is it? How love expands abundance in ways money never can. And I will be giving you a guided meditation to anchor you into love as your personal wealth. And I'm also going to be showing you how to choose love daily and how that's going to transform not just you, but the whole collective. Okay. Right, so let's start with redefining wealth. So, for a very long time now, humanity has been entangled in survival, fear, scarcity, believing that money is the ultimate resource. Yet, what I hear again and again from the Akashic Record Keepers and Guides is that money is just an energy of exchange. It's not the actual source of abundance, but we should rather look at it as a tool. Okay. Love, on the other hand, is the frequency of all creation itself. We are born with love, that we are born with unconditional love. What happens after that? That's a different subject, a different podcast. But we are born with unconditional love flowing through us. And when we go back to that state, when we embody love towards ourselves, towards others, and to life itself, we start to magnetize opportunity, support, healing, and prosperity. So the concept of love attracts to itself more love. And we know that love heals and it multiplies. So, really is a very magical word to keep using in your everyday life. Anyway, the new earth is asking us to rewrite our sense of value. And the new earth says, what if your kindness, your compassion, your radiant heart field is worth more than a bank account balance? What if love becomes the true new measure of wealth? Okay. So let's take a look at the subject of living in love as currency. In everyday life, this shift can look like choosing to respond with compassion instead of judgment, sharing time, presence, and energy instead of worrying about lack. Okay. Valuing relationships and community over accumulation, and trusting that when you act in love, abundance flows in. Um, it flows in a way that you couldn't even plan. Okay. And I'm not saying love doesn't mean you abandon money or deny the physical world, but it means money no longer defines you. Love defines you. And from that place, resources naturally flow. Okay, now I know. Everybody says to me, oh, but I've got bills to pay at the end of the month. My mortgage doesn't pay itself, all this sort of thing. And I just want to ask you, please, to just find a balance between love and money. Okay, so I'm the first one to put my hand up and say I have to be very grounded in reality because I've always insisted on paying my way. My parents very much wanted me to marry and be supported by a man. And I never laughed out loud at them. But I was like, you don't know me at all. That's never going to happen. I don't mind being in a partnership with a loving man and we both pay our way, that's fine. But there's no way I'm ever going to have that situation where a man has the money and I don't. No, that's not for me. Never has been, never will be. So I'm the first one to say, right, how do we do this? How are we going to balance this energy of money and love together? Because they are both so important. I, the way I like to explain it often is to say, right, and the guides support me on this, the Akashic Record Keepers and guides support me on this. We are living in a physical human body. And if we weren't, if we were Palladian or a Nocturian this lifetime, we wouldn't have to worry about money because their world is different to ours. And that is something that spiritual people that come to me for readings often can't get used to. They can't understand why they have to deal with money. And that's why I say at this moment in time, we still do have to take money into the consideration and we do need it for our everyday survival. And if we were in the Pleiades, we could just focus on the love. We don't need to worry about that. So the reality is, if you have chosen a physical body, if you are sitting there in front of me in a physical form, that means you still have to worry about money to some degree. But I don't want you to let money be your overall focus either. I've talked about balance earlier. So when we move into a place of unconditional love, we find that the money comes because we change our vibration. So I'm saying I want you to have plenty of money to do what you have to do. And I know that the more I have, abundance means that I've got so much that I can actually then give on to others. And I'd rather the money was in the hands of the more spiritual of us in the community, the people that are interested in love. Then if you had the money in your hands, you would then be able to put it back into the community, share that money with the ones that need it the most, that haven't quite found their balance and got their feet in terms of money and love. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying money is important. I agree, but I don't want it to define you. That's what I'm saying. That's the grit of the story today. Don't let it define you. Don't think that because you weren't a millionaire by the age of 30, there's something wrong with you. That's not true at all. You have different, all of us have different blueprints that we are following. All of us have different scripts that we handed to our parents that made us that make us who we are, and that creates the flavor of all the different people coming together. But every one of us can have more love in our lives. There's no harm in that. Moving into a place of unconditional love. And I want us to be real and factual, but also when we shift our vibration, I actually teach a whole 2 hour workshop on financial abundance because it's something that's close to my heart. And when we change our vibration, the money flows. The very good example I have is because I run my own business and I have for, I've got, I think it says 20 years now. I can't remember how long it's been. And every month I have to pay my bills and my mortgage and my lights and water and food and save for a holiday and save for this and save for that. So every month that I'm just like you, I have the same things happening for me. But at the beginning of every month, if that fear starts to rise up in front of me into my solar plexus, and I think, oh, where's the money going to come but this month? It doesn't happen, luckily, very often. But if it does come up, I just, oh, stop. That's not a good feeling. I don't want that in my vibration. I don't ever want to feel that again. Instead, I say I go inwards because that's where we are. That's when we find the higher vibration. I go inwards and I say, right, what can I do this month? How can I show up and serve in the world? And then I check in with my guides and they tell me what to do this month, and then the money follows. It's so interesting. It's magical. Okay, so that's where I want to take us in terms of finding that balance between love and money and definition. Okay. And we don't need to be a pushover. That's not what I'm advocating at all. I'm saying balance, be balanced, money and love. Okay. Let's, I think the best thing now to do is to move into the meditation, and that's going to help to anchor this truth within you. Okay. Let's do that. So find yourself in a nice, comfortable position. Take a nice deep breath. Close your eyes. And on the next breath in, feel the earth at your feet and the chair at your back. Beautiful, wonderful. And as you're breathing in for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice that the air is coming in through your nose. And as you breathe out through your mouth, let your body soften as we count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just one more time in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's just take a moment now to imagine yourself standing in a golden field of light. And above you shines the sun, the heart of Source, radiating pure unconditional love. And with each breath in, feel the streams of golden light pouring in through your crown, down through your body and into your heart. And it's very good now to bring to mind all the beings of light that you want to work with, all the archangels or ascended masters, whoever works with you, whoever you want to bring in, bring them in now so that you feel safe and comforted. Wonderful. We welcome all this lovely energy in. Can never get enough of this beautiful energy of high vibrational love. Okay, so now let's bring to mind something that you value deeply. Not because of its price tag, but because of the love it carries. Maybe it's the smile of a child, one of your children. Maybe it's a moment of laughter with a friend, or the embrace of someone who truly sees you. Feel into that emotion. And as you're feeling into that emotion, feel that love expand in your heart. And with each breath in, let it grow brighter, stronger, more magnetic. And imagine that this love flowing out into the field around you, like ripples in water. And now imagine before you a great balance scale. On the one side of it is a pile of money, and on the other side is a radiant sphere of golden light that you love. And just watch as this light grows so powerfully that the scales tip completely and that the love outweighs the money. And notice how love holds more power. And if you feel any resistance to this, let's just bring in the Archangel Zadkiel so that he can transmute any negative beliefs in your mind that have been holding you back, that have been preventing you from fully realizing how much love is available for you and fully letting go of any uh, mindfulness around money, any vibration around money, and just quietly affirm to yourself, and you can say out loud if you like, my wealth is my love. My currency is my heart. I am infinitely abundant in love. And let's just breathe in for a few breaths to fully realize this truth and make sure that the scale is tipped in the right direction so that love is heavier than the money. just notice in your mind's eye where that scale is tipping to. Maybe you've got it today to just move just above the money, just above. That's okay. You can always do this guided meditation again. And with each time you do it, you allow it to feel more fully that love is the stronger feeling, the heavier weight in that scale. Wonderful. So let's just take a moment now to thank the archangels that have joined us today and helped us with our vision, helped us with this meditation. And on the next breath in, just start to feel the chair at your back and the earth at your feet. And when you are ready, come back to the call. Well done, everyone. It feels like we've made some shifts today. And I just want to end on the idea of how we're going to bring love into daily life. That is a good question. How do we live this truth every day? And I think that is by remembering that every choice is an investment. When you choose kindness, patience, forgiveness, you are spending love currency and simultaneously multiplying it. Okay. Love is the only currency that grows when you give it away. The more you spend, the richer you become. Just feel that. Oh, I just got goosebumps when I said that. How nice. So that is the wealth of the new earth. Communities built on compassion, relationships built on respect, and lives infused with joy, regardless of material numbers. Okay. So today I invite you to reflect, where can you invest more love in your life? Where can you allow love, but not money, to guide your choices? And as we step together into this new earth, remember that love is the richest currency you can ever hold, and it's already flowing through you. Thank you for joining me today, Magical Souls. If you enjoyed today's guided meditation and little talk, do join me, sign up for my spiritual speaking monthly workshops. It's 2 hours every on the second Saturday of each month from 3 to 5 p.m. I share lots and lots of very beautiful magical insights, workshops. We release stuff, we do guided meditations, we have questions and answer sessions. I'm absolutely loving it. It's very exciting. And join me. Until next time, stay abundant in love and follow your heart, please, always, all of you, and stay magical.